Good afternoon. We are very excited to have our first guest for the DSS Web Series, our Provost and Senior Vice President, Dr. Pamela Benoit. So Dr. Benoit, thank you so much for agreeing to be here and participate. I reached out to Dr. Benoit's office and asked of her if she would be interested in participating in this because it's really important for disability support services in this time to continue to do like all areas to adapt to how we are outreaching in order to continue to provide compliance and access and inclusion for our students at UAB. And so this web series is our attempt to be able to do that over the summer. And faculty have been very responsive, fortunately, to outreach and to continued education and guidance provided by disability support services. And so we hope that this web series is a way that they can easily hop on, view a video, learn something, and then be able to move on. So the title of today's webinar with our Provost Benoit is Accessibility and Inclusion at UAB. So I have some questions, a few questions that I'm going to ask today. So we will go through those now, and I'll just a little preview. The topic that we have is, or we're going to go over, our topics are communication in higher education in the higher ed setting, ensuring an accessible experience in the classroom, advice to students who need to request accommodations. So our first question here is, given your professional experience, Dr. Benoit, your professional experiences and perspective, how would you describe UAB to a prospective student who may have a disability?
So first I would start out by saying that UAB is one of the most diverse campuses I think I've ever been affiliated with. And I really appreciate that. It's one of the things that attracted me to come to UAB. And one of the missions of the University of Alabama at Birmingham is to enrich the academic experiences for all of our students. And disability is an essential component of diversity on our campus, and that also enriches the experience for students who are here. So there's a very clear commitment to making sure that we provide opportunities for all students, no matter what their circumstances, to have a successful university experience. And disability support services is an important element of that, to make sure that students with disabilities feel like they have the kind of support they need to be successful on campus as well.
Great, thank you. And I would agree.
I would too.
Okay, so our second question here is, what would your advice be to a student who has a disability but is reluctant to request accommodations by registering with disability support services?
So obviously, coming to disability support services is voluntary. Students get to make the choice about whether or not they want to do that or not, but it provides so many resources to make sure that you're going to have a successful experience that I would encourage you to come and talk with them, or to talk now virtually with them, to see what ways they can help to make sure that you're having the best possible experience that you need. I know sometimes it's uncomfortable to have that conversation, particularly with a faculty member, but one of the really great things about disability support services is that they can help you negotiate the necessary accommodations so that you can be successful in the classroom. So I would highly encourage students to give serious thought to coming to the office or reaching out to the office right now.
Great advice. Okay, our next question is, so I understand that much of your educational background is in the field of communication. So can you share your thoughts on the importance of communication on the college campus in a college setting? And that can be communication in terms of communicating with students, but also for faculty and staff, the importance of communication.
So not surprisingly, given that my degrees are in communication, I tend to think of it as being a highly important skill, and one that we should be working on all the time. So I've said frequently, you can't over communicate. It's so important to keep talking about things. And I think it also helps to put down rumors or incorrect information when there's more communication out there. I said in a talk I gave last week that if you don't over communicate, you get what I called MSU, which is we make stuff up. We fill in the gaps. We try to figure out how things must be. And a lot of times that's much worse than they actually are. And so it's so important to get information out. And so you think about all the different ways in which we've tried to communicate to students. We use email, we use green mail, we use virtual town halls. We've been using social media to try to make sure that students are hearing what's going on here and how we are thinking about their safety and their education going forward.
Right. Yeah, we've been so impressed too with seeing just the amount of communication that is available to students and the many different platforms, so many different ways,
Right.
so that it reaches everyone. So
people get information in different ways, so it's really important.
Right. It's so different from when I was in school, I'll say that. So I have one more question for you, and it's a little long question, but I want to make sure the audience is aware of what I'm asking about. So I'm going to explain a little bit about universal design. So departments such as Disability Support Services, the Center for Teaching and Learning, e-learning, provide education and training to ensure faculty and staff are aware of universal design for instruction. So for audience members who are not familiar with UDI, this is the design of products, environments to be usable by all people to the greatest extent possible without the need for adaptation or accommodation. So essentially, things like designing buildings, coursework, programs, services with access in mind so that it can be accessible to everyone. So whenever possible, it's accessible and accommodation isn't necessarily needed. So what would your recommendation, your thoughts be to maybe a faculty member who is maybe reluctant to incorporate principles of universal design into their course?
So one of the things I've been really impressed with at UAB is that the faculty are very committed to their students. They want them to be successful. So as you started your question, we have a lot of different resources for faculty to learn more about universal design, and I would encourage faculty to reach out and learn more because there are multiple ways in which it might be incorporated. So one strategy that may not work for a particular faculty member doesn't mean that there aren't other strategies they could use that would be beneficial to students. So the values of the university in terms of student success, the values in terms of diversity, all of those are things that would lean on faculty to ensure that they're thinking about how they serve all of their students in their classes. They want them to learn, and this is a good way of doing that.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking the time, and I promised to the future audience members we would keep these brief and to all of our participants as well. So I just want to say thank you again. We really appreciate it and appreciate all that you've done. Really, in your time at UAB, you've been very intentional to work so well with faculty and students and with our office as well, and it's made a great impact for students with disabilities at UAB, and we appreciate that. And so
I want to thank you for the work that you're doing for all of these students, and to all those students who are out there, we are so pleased with your ability to be flexible and adaptable, and encourage you to continue to stay with us. We're trying our very best to serve you well during this crisis.
Thank you. All right, so I'm Allison Solomon, the Director of Disability Support Services and ADA Compliance Officer, signing off here with our first interview with Provost Benoit, and I want to thank her again, and we hope that you'll tune in to continue to see the DSS Web Series. Thank you very much.